People will betray you, including your parents, including your loved ones, including everybody that you thought would be there for you in your times of need, and just chose not to. And not only does it suck, it makes you feel like absolute shit. It makes you feel like, oh yeah, I wasn't worth fighting for. I wasn't worth this, that, and the third. And you will lie to your family members to make sure that this person is mentally seen, heard, while knowing they will not make the effort to do the same for you. It's extremely frustrating. Actually, let me just do it. So much better. It's extremely frustrating to know that you've been betrayed by someone you trust, and then you keep going back to them. And hopefully, this is the final time, but you just never know because that's what it is to be in an abusive relationship, in a relationship built on power, not built on respect, and not built on the needs and wants of other people. I have been betrayed by people I never thought I would be betrayed by. But the world keeps moving, sadly, and then you have to let it move, or you're gonna get caught up in the dust storm. You gotta move, or you're gonna get caught up in the dust storm. I don't know why I thought you're gonna move, or you're gonna get caught up in the dust storm. That has to be it, I think. I don't know. Maybe there's not even a saying. This morning, I just found out that something I thought was handled was not handled for privacy's sake. I'm just going to say something I thought was handled was not handled. And the person I asked about it multiple times told me, oh, it's handled. There's nothing to worry about. Well, let's just say there was something to fucking worry about. So now I'm over here absolutely devolving into fucking chaos. But there's nothing I can do about it. The person hasn't even called me, texted me back. And you just hope for the best in these situations. And I think this morning I actually physically got up. My stomach was in knots. And God will just tell you things. God will actually just tell you things. Do the physical ailments. My stomach was in literal knots. I had to immediately go to the restroom. And I was so sick that I was like, you know what, let me just do work. Let me just see my emails because I haven't opened them in a while. And then I found the email saying something that was handled was not actually handled. And I would need to handle it, or things would be called. And that's when I immediately knew I don't know, but I'm just gonna put my faith in God. I'm just gonna be that I was, yeah, that's when I immediately knew I was betrayed. The only thing I can do now, like really and honestly, is put my faith in God, you know, because this is a situation that I was, to be perfectly honest, I should have expected to be in, but I trusted the person enough. And I think I'm done. And I think that's okay. I think that's, I deserve to be done. So honestly, I'm honestly just saying this rant to forgive myself. Because yes, I should have known better. You will never get me again. I think definitely I see myself devolving into like a childlike, and also I don't know how to do makeup. This is actually my first time doing a full face of makeup. I don't know how y'all do it. This is actually crazy. I still see my mustache. Is it because it's too sunny outside? But honestly, I don't know how y'all do it. But I see myself devolving into a little kid begging and praying for help from someone. And I feel like, nobody's listening. Nobody cares. And nobody wants to hear me. I wish. And nobody talks about being so, a kid having to deal with um, being being I don't like that like makeup look, but being sheltered. And I didn't realize it at the time, but now as an adult, I don't feel like I'm a functional member of society. I feel like I'm responsible, not because that's how I was taught, but because there was always a worst case scenario. I'm afraid I'm definitely could do more, but I'm definitely, I feel like I'm stuck. I don't know how to explain it. I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want, but I'm stuck always being a kid in society that nobody cares about, that nobody actually like needs, but or that nobody listens to. I'm just you feel like a kid, and I'm not supposed for, and I did this year, but I'm just gonna let God handle it. I'm just gonna let God handle it. Let me go. I cannot see myself, so I'm going to give me a second. Give me a second, guys. All I can say is that God's not done with me yet. Honestly, I just wanted to try out a makeup look, mainly an eye look, because this has completely devolved into whatever the fuck. But honestly, I'm sick of feeling bad for myself. I'm sick of feeling like I'm not worthy of love and respect from other people. And yes, I understand that starts with myself and speaking up for myself and saying no and putting my foot down. But when you're dealing with someone who's sheltered, it's probably more obvious that they need like the most love and care, because I feel like we're so trusting. How am I supposed to act in a society that I wasn't allowed to grow up in? And I think that's the question I want to get across. How am I supposed to act in a society that I was not allowed to grow up in? Well, anyway,